We have a pretty good start for the rig, but we can add more controls if we want. For example, if we want this zygomatic master affecting the lower eye, we can simply connect them very quickly using the muscle group master control rollout, which is part of the muscle Meccano set, and X and Y, and we can change those values. In fact, if we make one larger than the other, it can cause it to move across and simulating skin sliding, which we saw in the above the lip here, the philtrum, as it moved, actually simulated sliding skin. So what we're doing here is altering the actual connection between the eye and the zygomaticus using the modifiers, changing the values. If we wanted to, we could use curves, but really that's a bit of an overkill. And there you have it. It's well to remember that each of these master controls in the Rigveda on the face is actually a C control. This is quite useful in that we can then put morphs on it, we can put materials on it. Here we are creating a new set of bones along the face that may be useful in controlling skin sliding. And we're creating one going down as well. And just to demonstrate how we combine these two controls, what we're going to do now is group a few controls and create a new arrow control for them in the fine control rollout. There it is. We can change its size, and we can go to the other one, create a group, and create a arrow control, connect it. So now it's controlling, it's moving those. Now we can go further. We can change that into we can put a master control on top of that, and we'll pick that control, and when we do that, it automatically becomes a master, which is like a control, but it's also a C slider. So we can add any objects on the face, say that one, and control its translation or rotation if we wish, setting the extremities, combining it, and there you have the connector. Once it's connected, you'll see that control. Now, we're also doing a lateral as well, are we? Maybe not, couldn't be bothered. Okay, let's see, that control is now moving with it. And we can change the weighting, so it's, if we like, only moving a third of it, or 10%, whatever percentage we like, and we can have it move, or we can have a fall off curve if we want. So we have ultimate control. So the Rigveda enables you to customize all your rigs and do with them what you want. It also enables you to use the wizards, which gives you a very good out-of-the-box solution. What we're going to look at now is, I think, the fact that the master sliders, masters are C sliders, so I think what we're going to do now is actually place a material on it. So there's the boundary. We can change that boundary. We can make it larger. We pick the control helper, and then we might want more movement, more scope for that control. So we're changing the boundary, and then we can unhide it. So what we're going to do, we unhide it, and now I think we're going to edit it. And the Rigveda enables you to edit any slider simply by clicking on it, and you'll get all the things that are controlled by it, and it's 6, 7, 8 things already. It is controlling some eye bones. Now we're going to add, I think, one of the normal maps to the left eye, connecting it. And now, no, never mind that error message. It doesn't matter. Everything works fine. What happens now is that we are able to, as before, as with the C slider, change the normal maps, and works quite well. But now we can do it with an onboard control. So that onboard control is actually moving the bones, and it's also changing the normal maps, as well as moving the vertices of the mesh. Not only near it, but further away. So it's doing quite a lot of things. And it's moving quite well, considering that it's activating so many things. What we're going to have a look at now is how the normal maps are reacting. So we're going to do I think a little render to see how it's going along. We're changing the fall off, I think, to make it a little bit more lasting. And let's have a look. Do a playmaster. Unfortunately, at this resolution, it's not very easy to see, but it is quite apparent. It's subtle, but it's definitely there. The opacity maps of the composite normal maps are working quite well, and the convenience of just placing them on there is was quite remarkable. And there's a lot of things now. There we have if you'll see there, on the mesh, it's subtle, but you can adjust the result to whatever you want. There you go. What we're doing now, I think, is using the muscle control rollout to connect two masters without using the major connector. Again, it's very convenient. We just put in values and click connect to lateral and vertical, and straight away you've got a companion movement. Fleshiness. Fleshiness is very important in the face. And a bone-based rig gets you a lot of secondary animation, a lot of fleshiness, which is very hard to achieve using simply morphs. And again, you press that, it changes the color to a yellow, and then you know that's the control you're dealing with. Otherwise, it'd be very hard, because the names aren't very helpful. And there might be up to 20 different controls on the one master control, so you've got to scroll down through the modifier. So it's very convenient to press on something and it glows yellow. So that's it.